As this guy comes down, just make it look like a regular 2-3 zone. So you guys basically make sure if he tries to get into the middle of that paint, you guys are going to pinch that off and stop that penetration. Let me get 2 and a 3 on the wings. 2 and a 3 on the wings. Okay. First pass, and we'll start to teach you how we're going to define the responsibilities in the point zone. We want to, if we can, keep the forwards down on the baseline as much as possible. Now, there are going to be some rotations, some cuts, and some situations that will present themselves that will end up with our point man or our 2-man down on the baseline in the rebound position. But as much as possible, we want to try to keep the 3 and the 4 on the baseline as much as we can. Bring it down, make a pass to the wing. Okay, on this pass to the wing, on the first pass and the first pass only, on the first pass and on the first pass only, we're going to bump off. We're going to bump this guy off. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to just fake your closeout and then back up, giving this guy a chance to come over and pick up the ball. Now, when the ball's in the sideline, one of our rules, whether it's man or zone, is to try to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor. Anytime the ball gets into the middle of the floor, I think you open up the offense, a lot of offensive opportunities, okay? One of the things I learned, I was an assistant for 5 years at Villanova. And playing against Georgetown when they had Allen Iverson, you learned a lot. Obviously, Allen Iverson is a great player, terrific scorer, great off-ball defender. We get a lot of steals. But one of the things that Iverson did a great job of was creating offensive rebounding opportunities for his teammates by simply getting into the paint, penetrating into the middle. And believe me, I mean, he's a great player, but there ain't a shot that he's met he doesn't like, right? I mean, we all agree with that? Okay. He takes a lot of shots, but he'll get into the paint here, draw help, and just get that ball up on the glass. And because of the help he's drawn, now he's created some offensive rebounding lanes for his teammates. That's what Iverson used to do. So anytime we played them, we prepared to play them, we would put tape, like an X, across the lane and put a big sign for our players, do not enter. Do not allow them to get into the paint, because he was a great player, but he made his teammates even more effective if he was able to break you down off the dribble and get into the high paint, get into the dotted line area, draw help up off the baseline. So anytime the ball's on the side, we're trying to keep it out of the middle. Even with the pass, we're trying to discourage that reverse pass. We're trying to keep the ball on the sideline. So now, how do you define the responsibilities in the point zone? Number one, let's start back from the top again, guys. I'm sorry. Start back from the top, bring it down from the half court, Tim. Okay? All right, now, Tim, bring the ball down. Make a pass to Michelson. Okay? Run the pass, fake back, and now you pick up. Now, on defense, you always have to talk. Man, zone, whatever it is, you always have to talk. Teams that don't talk are very selfish. Teams that don't talk are very selfish. Okay? If you got a guy running around there that doesn't want to talk to his teammate on offense or defense, that's a selfish player. And if it spreads throughout the team, that becomes a selfish team. So now, you pick the ball up, you're yelling point. Okay? Hands up, yelling point. Not so much open that way, but you're just going to make it tough for him. Let's bring this foot up a little bit. You're going to make it tough for him to drive that ball back into the middle. Okay? What I tell our guys all the time, just simple rule of thumb, get your left foot over his right foot. You don't want to be like this, because now you give a direct line drive to the block. You take him right into your big man. So just basically square him up, but get your left foot over his right foot. So if he starts to go that way, you have a half a step lead on him. It's like, consider it like a foot race. Okay? If in a foot race you got 1 or 2 steps ahead of him, you have a little bit of advantage you can anticipate. Okay? So now, get your left foot over his right foot. You are yelling point, hands up. And trying to pressure the ball as much as you can, hands up. Because if you get beat off the dribble, where do we anticipate you getting beat? Down into the corner, down into the baseline here, okay? Hold the ball. Now, 5-man is always between where? Ball and basket. Guys on the wings, you're going to basically form what looks like a 1-3-1. You're going to, right here on the wing, right here along the baseline, hands up. The last guy, the 3-man, okay, will be in the hole, protecting the basket, okay? We should always hear point and hole when we're playing point zone defense. We should always hear the guy calling out the point. We should always hear the guy calling out the hole.